Hey guys, these are some seats from a 96 and a 94 Ford Econoline van. And this one is the driver's seat, has lumbar support. And this one's actually a rear seat. It doesn't have lumbar support, but it looks just like the front one. And if your lumbar support makes noise, but it doesn't work, and you have a huge hump back here, the lumbar support bag actually probably blew out the back, and it's actually a pretty easy fix. All you have to do is remove both armrests. There's just some Velcro on the back, and then there's a Torx bolt that you have to remove. And then the upholstery just unclips from the bottom. And on this one, you can basically just pull the whole seat back upholstery off. But if you have one like this, it's just 4 Phillips screws right here. And that trim comes off, and there's 4 clips that hold the upholstery on. And then the whole back comes off. And then the seat back foam should just come right off as well. And here's the seat back for the one that had the blowout, and the air bladder is actually just fine. However, this plastic backing just ripped, and that's what caused it to blow out the back. And check this out, Ford literally just has this held together with 2 zip ties. They didn't even bother to cut the ends off. Good old Ford. And here's the seat with the cutout, and it's basically exactly the same thing. And you can tell this one is starting to rip, so this one will probably blow out eventually. And basically there's just a hose part you have to disconnect that goes down through there, and it just pulls right out. It's pressure fit. Also, only the one with the cutout and not that one had this thing that was only half connected on here. And I'm not actually sure how this goes together. Or if you, this one didn't have it, so I don't think you really need it. But then again, it was kind of blown out. I'll try to figure out what this is. I'll just snip these zip ties off. And I should be able to separate it. Carefully put the keys through. There we go. I'm literally just gonna use one of those plastic lids from the tubs you buy like at Walmart. And just lay this on there and just trace it out. That looks good enough. The bottom one only has 1 hole. There's 2 holes up here. Then we just need to cut it out. I'm just gonna use like some shears. You could use all kinds of different tools, whatever suits your fancy. It's just a Ford. All right, that looks pretty good. However, I would take a file and just kind of file down any sharp edges. All right, make sure it lines up with the cutout. There we go. And bend it back out. Make sure you bend these tabs back to where they should be so the whole thing can't slide off. And there we go. This might actually last longer than the factory one. All right, we just have it hooked up to the power supply. So let's go ahead and see if the lumbar support works. It's filling up. Yeah, if you hold that down, it deflates. And without holding it down, let's make sure it'll hold pressure. That's pretty good. Next, insert the air tube down right there. And now we can just zip tie it on. Make sure this part is on the rear, just so it doesn't cut the bladder. And I would put the bottom one kind of up and down like that, just so it's not poking out the back. And unlike Ford, let's go ahead and just clip them off. And there we go, guys. It's just like new. So this is what it's supposed to look like. I'm not sure why the other one was just kind of like thrown in there, but we could probably use this with the lumbar support. We just have to put a hole right there to put the zip tie around. Obviously, you didn't have to remove the seat back from the seat bottom. I'm just doing some other work on here. But now you can just install the seat foam, upholstery, and armrests, and it should be back to normal. Obviously, don't forget to plug that back in. Also, if one of your armrests doesn't work right, I'll show you how to fix that in the next video.